Hi, this is John Allen Green, Franciscan hermit from Johannesburg, with my weekly podcast. How can I break free from thoughts that often enslave me? It's said that whatever an enemy might do to an enemy, or a foe to a foe, the ill-directed mind can do to you even worse. We all have them, each one of us. Thoughts that swirl and dance between coherence and nonsense, between useful and corrosive, between yesterday and tomorrow. These are the thoughts that enslave us. These are the thoughts that can erupt as bile in senseless articulation of our fears, our anger and our paranoia. Rather than being in control of our minds all too often seem to control us, compelling us, driving us, urging us in the direction it deems fit. This mindlessness comes at a very high cost indeed, living with a mind that we don't know very well, a mind that is often out of control and semi-conscious much of the time, causes us and others to suffer greatly, probably far more than we realize. Is it any wonder we so frequently attempt to silence or to alter our minds with drugs, with amusements, and with all those other forms of distraction? We find ourselves entertaining thoughts that serve no wholesome value in our lives. We make snap judgments about individuals based on the slimmest and the most trivial of evidence. We spin out falsehoods that we ourselves come to believe. We're constantly comparing ourselves to others, a practice that must inevitably lead us to pain. All of this and more drives us to lead frenzied lives that are often on the verge of misery. Mindfulness is the power of heightened awareness and a sensitivity to ourselves and to our world. The sense that we have of dissatisfaction, of which we are more or less conscious at different times in our lives, impels us to find something, anything, that brings us relief. Unfortunately, our minds have been conditioned to seek solutions to its torment in the most unhelpful ways. The kingdom of God is indeed now. Jesus is the truth. Jesus speaks the truth. And that is the truth that is totally aligned to his nature, that is love, consistent, coherent, and integrated. The Gospel writer points us to Jesus' words and actions, integrated into the moment, into this now. 40 times the Gospel writer uses the word immediately. He is saying to us, take note here. This is important. This is the authority with which Jesus speaks, the authority of the eternal Word that has become flesh, in terms of the now. Now is totally hammered home for us. Evil also can speak truth, but this is very far from the nature of love. This is self-interest. What have we, you and I, to do with each other? This is the truth spoken out of fear. Why are you here? Do you want to destroy me? This is the nature of evil that keeps us subjected to past memories and fearful of future events. An illusionary fog that keeps me enslaved between past and future, totally unable to be present in this moment and the joy of the gospel. And so we ask the question, how can I return? How can I find again the joy of the gospel? It is possible to cultivate a wholesome mind that will produce thoughts that contribute to our well-being and also to the well-being of the whole world. Yes, we can shape our mental functions in ways that will remove the frantic, driven, distracted, semi-conscious qualities of our lives. But we know this is not an easy journey. Beginning the actual practice of meditation starts with focusing attention on the breath and observing when the mind strays. By noticing when attention has wandered away from its focal point, and then gently returning to the breath, we gradually strengthen our capacity for concentration and for awareness of this moment, this now. Practicing mindfulness over time reveals and develops the quality of wisdom, the quality of compassion, the twin values and virtues of this discipline. Wisdom means seeing clearly into the fundamental nature of all reality. So we pray together. I let go of all thoughts, all concerns. As I let go, I open myself to receiving. For when my hands are formed into tight fists, I cannot open my hands to receive anything. When I hang on to tight control, when I close off my heart and my spirit, I cannot receive your blessings for me. I let go to receive your blessings. Letting go in this moment, I receive your loving presence around me and within me. Help me to let go when I'm feeling overwhelmed, that I may receive your peace. Help me to let go when I feel fear, so that in fear's place I may receive love and courage. I let go of problems and challenges in order to receive your guidance and clarity. I let go and I trust in you. I will not fall, you will catch me. I let go and trust in the still, small voice inside of me. Help me not to struggle, but to surrender my struggle to you. I gladly receive this gift of letting go and letting you lead me and guide me. Amen. The next step, we see how we are able to receive and return the gift of compassion. All our mindful techniques and skills that we develop and apply to the simplest aspects of our living, to our breathing, our sensing, our feeling, to eating, walking and speaking, and even, yes, to driving, cultivating compassion for ourselves and for others, developing a life of generosity, accepting our mortality, and coping with physical pain, with grief, and yes, even with our anger. Compassion and the desire to alleviate suffering is an essential component of our nature in the journey towards becoming fully human. Mindfulness practice with meditation allows us to cultivate compassion and to develop empathy for others, deeply recognizing their inner experience linked to our own journey. Finding compassion for ourselves can be more challenging for many of us, particularly those of us who are perfectionists. Mindfulness techniques can help us to embrace and to accept both imperfection and perfectionism as an opening to freedom and deeper humanity. By learning to embrace life's transience and to center our focus on this now, this present moment, we are able to experience loss and grief without fear and without aversion. In this mindfulness tradition, the practice of reflecting on our own death is considered to be both liberating and essential to living a full and satisfying life, a life filled with joy in the now of the presence of the kingdom of God. May the Lord grant you all peace.